Jews are the indigenous people of that area. I'm sick of the bullshit. And the Arabs don't even want those Palestinians. Otherwise, they'd let them matriculate into their country. Nobody wants them. Yes, whatever you call that.
How much anti-Muslim propaganda?
I got to get off the phone with you. You're sickening. You sicken me. You sicken me. I'm so tired of the bullshit. If you're anti-Israel, then you're anti-America. It's the only democracy over there. It's the only friend we have who's willing to fight, stand up for what's right. Give me a fucking break.
But to get angry at Hansy over it.
Yeah, I lost my cool. He got under my skin with that shit. I want
to calm down and realize.
I'm tired of it. I read this bullshit. The guy from Pink Floyd is a big yap. You ought to shut his mouth, too. Roger. We know Roger. I love Pink Floyd, but that's where it ends. He's all worried. People forget history. Jews were being executed and killed, and they went over to Israel, this little shithole, which was a desert, had nothing going on. And Israel, believe it or not, that little country with nothing going on there. I mean, it's a desert. Nobody wanted this. It wasn't even a country. It was a desert. There, you know that the median income, I was reading in the Post today, is $30,000. And the Palestinian median income is $2,000. But the Palestinians are mad at the Israelis. Instead of being mad at the fucking terrorists running their so-called country, who are raping the country, taking all the aid the United States actually gives to them. That they're not angry with. They're angry with Israel. They're in the same region, in the same exact spot, and their median income is $2,000, and the median income in Israel is $30,000, and they're mad at Israel for that. It's a miserable life to live in a Palestinian country. You're living there with a bunch. They elected terrorists to run their country. That's the difference. Now, who do you support? Get off your fucking high horse. It's ridiculous. Now, if the Jews could move to Mars, they would. They get it. Nobody wants Jews. Nobody likes the Jews. We've heard it all.
Deep disagreements with you, my brother, but I think I want to see where we can reach common ground, a higher ground. I think both of us can agree that a precious Palestinian baby in the West Bank has exactly the same value as a precious Jewish baby in Tel Aviv. And therefore, when we talk about evenness at the moral and spiritual level, you come out of the rich Judaic tradition, I come out of a rich Christian tradition. We overlap in that regard. The real question's going to be a commitment to security for precious Jewish brothers and sisters in Israel can never be predicated on an occupation of precious Palestinians. If we're concerned about security, it seems to me, we're going to have to talk seriously about occupation. Now, I don't know whether you would allow the use of that word. You know, New York Times said we got to put it in inverted commas. You know what I mean? No, occupation is real, it's concrete. But at the same time, how do we acknowledge Jewish people, 2,000 years, hated, haunted, vicious contempt, pogroms, show-off, and so forth? Preoccupation with security, understandable. Palestinians, made in the image of God like anybody else. Wrestling with occupation for 50-some years, demeaned, devalued, dominated, exploited. For too long, the Democratic Party has been beholden to AIPAC, that didn't take seriously the humanity of Palestinian brothers and sisters. We're at a turning point now. And of course, it's going to be a slow one in the Democratic Party, but some of us will be working outside the Democratic Party to make it quicker. That's why I support the BDS, not because I think it's anti-Semitic. We've got to fight anti-Semitism, anti-Jewish hatred. It goes hand in hand with every Christian civilization, and many Islamic civilization is wrong, it's unjust, but that cannot be the excuse of in any way downplaying the unbelievable misery that we see in Gaza, in West Bank, and other places. So my first question would be, would you would you argue for the use of the word occupation in the platform? And two, How would you respond to those who say for so long the United States has been so biased toward Israeli security and not accented the humanity of Palestinians, that to talk about even-handedness is always a version of anti-Semitism as opposed to a struggle for justice? To talk about even-handedness is always a version of anti-Semitism as opposed to a struggle for justice.